person definitely prefer. And if you are in a business, whatever product you're selling, it actually needs to be that product. You need to make sure that the first thing that what you're delivering or what you promised your consumers, that's what you actually give to them. Reputation is several things. As Mike said, it's your employees, it's also your customers. But I was also chairman of TESCO. This is the Telecommunication Service Providers Association. And it was during a time when we had monopolies in this country. The government really controlled everything we did. They had bank taxes, international gateways were only through, say, telecom. And the one thing that was really required is that you have to go out and fight for what is right. So reputation is not just for doing good, but also standing out and going out and saying, look, we need to get this changed. And in many ways, you go and complain to telecom and they're the only providers. The first thing they do is begin to switch off your lines, and therefore your business stops working. So there are many risks you take by going out and fighting and doing the right thing. But over time, I think some of the best friends I have in the market are people that we used to fight with in the industry. Regulators, people who used to run the industry, because they say, okay, now I understand what the issues were. Just looking at the number of, say, internet users we have, or even the mobile subscribers, it makes sense. So it wasn't a selfish thing. So I think you also have to stand out. You also have to go out and say, this is this. And I think based on quite a few of those things, Google was able to identify that I could be somebody that could be trusted. I think the company takes you through so much in terms of just vetting. They call your friends and find out what they think about you. They call your enemies. They vet you a lot. So I think the most important thing is you can't control what everybody says, but just be true to yourself. Just do the right thing and fight for when you need to fight and help where you need to help.
I think in the interest of time, I'm going to ask each of you to give one parting piece of advice in about 30 seconds, and then we're going to open it up to the floor. So Sandy, I'm going to start with you. If you could say one thing, one piece of advice to everybody here about how to be an entrepreneur, how to start a business, how to be successful, what would you say?
The one thing that I'd share would be, especially to students who went the same scenario as me, would be that when you're young, right now is when you can take the risk. Right now we have, as youth, like, campus guys, we have nothing to lose. I don't mean that you take a blind risk, you have to calculate your risk, but with due time, as you grow, that's when, you are married, you have a car, you have a mortgage, you can't take risks. But right now is the time to do it. If we don't do it, I guess no one else will. And I mean, there's so much. Look at it. Sorry to say, but Indian companies that get into the market and taking up a big chunk of it. If we don't entrepreneur as young, they do. Who will? Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I think we need a pretty philosophical. We need a more original version of the people in this room. We need the original versions of you, not replicas that are deemed necessary by corporates or industries or by. No, we need a more original version of you. I think there's a lot of people here who are getting lost in that. Everybody looks at Mike and it looks good. You look at the booth and over there it looks better. Mike looks at it, good half. No, stop doing that. If you're built for the corporate, then go to the corporate. You probably serve us better doing that. But if you're not built for the corporate, don't go to the corporate. Don't start up with something that you're not. You're not that person, but you still be it. Be the original versions of you. And you know what? I guarantee you, the people who have done something in this world wear ties the same way you do. They get out the same way you do. They hold themselves like this when they sneeze to make sure they don't fart at the same time. They do the same things you do. If you could just get that confidence and that type of self-image, and you see who you really are, you'll be able to get out there and do all the phenomenal things you thought you'd never do. Okay.
I think I'll look at my point of view is to give a small story. It was a marathon, okay? When the cheetah gets up, it knows, wait, I need to eat, okay? It knows I need to run slightly faster than the gazelle. So it knows by the time I get up, I need to be faster, I need to catch the gazelle, otherwise I'm going to stop. And the gazelle gets up, it knows today the cheetah is going to try to get it. So I need to run faster than this cheetah. So how I look at entrepreneurship is that when you get into it, you need to know that are you the gazelle? Are you the cheetah? Because when you get up, you need to be running.
Okay, my 2 cents is trying, the way I think of entrepreneurship is trying to solve your own problems. Look at yourself and say, if this bothers me, or if there's an easier, how can I do this easier? Chances are that you're not unique. There's a lot more people who have that same problem. Those will eventually become your customers if you deliver your product and your services correctly. So the way I look at it is, if something bothers me and I say, how do I resolve this? I try and turn it into a business because I can't be the only one with that problem.
Yeah, so mine is actually simple. I think everyone here is doing IT business, or is there any different businesses? I think if you can look at where Kenya is, we have a new constitution, we have the East African community, we have about 2% of the world's internet population. I think it's 0.02% of the domain. I think no one has woken up in terms of the opportunities that exist for business. So 2 things, the opportunities are great, and you can take advantage of those. And the second one is that you don't have to do it alone. You can actually partner with others and make this work. So I think the more you can work with others and collaborate, the more you can be able to achieve and scale. So just take advantage. We just have a new Kenya. I'm very excited. The time I started, things were much, much tougher. Now I think it's much easier.
Okay, so we're gonna open up the floor for some questions now. So start thinking.